And we're back with more Due Process League. I'm Stuff Shark, joined now with Ikazo. A bit of a surprise factor here. We have LCG, and I believe a bit of a new team up here is originally Depth, now called, I believe, DD, now playing together here. We're catching a little bit of the final game here. Ikazo, what are your predictions on this game before we just see the little bits of this?
Well, I'm usually a fan of Danger Doodles. I know them a lot better. I know they play a lot more, but LCG is also an EU team, so I'm not sure when they scrim or if they do scrim. But I would have to go with Danger Doodles here.
Alrighty, Danger Doodles is the protection for you. I think I'm gonna go with I want LCG to win, but equally the first game they did at a close battler, but ultimately did tie it up 6-6. I want to go for LCG to take it, but I think Danger Doodles might just have that extra X factor in for the win. But let's see what happens here on game two. It's currently 4-3 playing Dauntless Dawn. A interesting large map here of 4 factories, large and small, in that there is just one big room. Cargo hold bomb, though, could be a surprise factor for the push up for LCG. And for defenses, looks like they're holding off for a conveyors push.
Yeah, so we got Danger Doodles on defense here, and this factory is probably one of the more newer factories, I would say, um, with the addition of server farm. We're looking at here LCG on attack, and it seems like they might be going for a push into office, which does give a lot of space, especially on that top side of factory. But it could be hard with all these choke points, especially in the middle of office. There's a divider. Barbed wire is already put for that, so we'll see what happens here as Danger Doodles are spreading out, making those barb placements and such.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's definitely important to hold off the positions that are important, and indeed they are set up for a possible storage breach, maybe even office as well, to be flanked on the side of Daxi, holding off that server farm push. They do have the now attackers of LCG leaving the truck, making their way downtown towards that server farm access point. Newt, the only one in storage on the other side. It's going to be the rest of the team on LCG. Toxic, Admiral, Crunchberry, Lind, and El Pablo. The shots across, they're going for an opening pickup through the window. Did not find it as Fuma and Daxi in a strong spot to battle and farm. Let's see if they can hopefully get some kills on this server. And indeed, in the server farm, Lind going for the breach. First one in. Adax going to rotate out of the way in time. They give up access of server farm, but allow for a flanking of the other side in position here in a good cover for Doc. Duke going to go for the battle as well. They have all 5 stacked up together here for the server farm push here. Tox going to take control of office for the moment here. Dax going for the shots alongside Diagra actually going for the shots as well towards the office and possibly the server farm entryway there into Doc. Marbles with the rotation as well, tying up with Ty. Going for the work here. Let's see what they can do. If they can get the picks across, Foom going for the shots down below, aiming for a nice long pick here towards possibly Lind. Let's see if he can get the shot across. Good Molotov to block off that push. Dude's going to run through the fire and flames. Will be exposed, but is currently hiding out. Looks like Emma Crunchberry gets the pick up onto a Daxi, trying to rotate out of the way in time. Not going to be able to escape that one. But Ty battling against Toxic here, going for the picking shot. Who's going to get it? Ultimately, a trade is Toxic. And Ty ultimately taken out by, of course, Foom. Still alive in the battle here, holding on for dear life. Down below has dropped down, gets the kill onto Newt as well. Marbles able to get the trade up as Admiral Crunchberry takes out Daya. Foom still in the battle here. Battling takes out El Pablo and takes out Admiral Crunchberry on the flank as well. Lind, the last one remaining. It's down to a 1v1 as Lind takes out Marbles. Foom with low health. Lind, a lot more health with the AP versus Silenced Gruber. This is going to be a battle for the ages. Can these two teams win? Foom versus Lind. Who's getting it? It's Lind to get in the kill and ultimately the tie up for LCG now 4-4.
Oh, that was a great round, actually. You saw at the beginning there, the defense had two players in. It was Foom and a Daxi playing server farm. But once that flash came out, you saw them backing up, playing really safe, and that was really smart. LCG, uh, Danger Dudes weren't able to hold office like at all. I think it was Foom who eventually started rotating towards office, but LCG had already taken the left side of office, and they already naded the barb mid office, and they've already started to push. But eventually, Danger Doodles, they caught on to the plan. They started rotating more people. Marbles had the last molly. He got the molly in right in time, cutting off Newt, and it was very good there. And they were able to kill Toxic, Newt, a bunch of people, and then Foom with the perfect aggression coming up those stairs onto the office. He was able to get 2 kills, bring it back to a 1v1. But Marbles dying to Lind on the flank. Quite unfortunate, but Lind able to make it work as Foom was 1 HP from all that, and then Lind only needed 1 bullet to end the round there.
Yeah, it was an
Nicely
amazing
done.
play from. Yeah, it really was an amazing play there from the Danger Doodles. LCG kept it in cool. They ultimately did get the win in against Danger Doodles there, but it was down to the wire. One last little bit of health on Lin was enough to secure the win. Of course, but it was able to recover the saber and at least one smoke, and it looks like possibly a Molotov as well for a attacking side, which is interesting to see. Could be a surprise on blocking off rotations to use by the attackers here on this next round. Of course, we are now on Operation Tidal Tide, a big map here with some interesting boxes, it looks like, on the outside bottom edge here of Club. We'll see what the strats are calling out, but looks like it's going to be an interesting push here in the Lumberyard called out by the attackers.
Yeah, This is a part of the new Kill House, kind of like rework, I suppose, because like Lumberyard is back in. You have these fences, and especially a bomb inside Lumberyard is interesting because like one wall charge can give you so much control over this bomb site. The adjacent rooms, they can serve as a crossfire for defenders, but they can also be a bad thing because attackers can smoke it off, make it very hard for defenders to hold this lumberyard. And it seems like that is exactly what LCG is trying to do. They have three people, it seems like, going lumberyard. You're going to go for a wall charge here. And the interesting about this lumberyard is it's divided in two parts, kind of. You have this top side, that whole lane, and the bottom lane. So we'll see how it plays out, but it looks like the defense have double barb on that on both lanes, and we'll see what happens.
Indeed, that is a good call and good read on the position there of a potential push up in Lumberyard, which indeed it looks like the attackers are doing. So the Danger Doodles are in a good spot, and they are indeed getting the good read in positions. There could be enough for the win, but equally, we're going to have to watch out where these players are going to sit at. And indeed, this one spot in lockers is going to be a major focus for the round here. They do have a good barbed wire blocking off that placement, but equally, you could see a surprise push from admissions being a surprise factor as well. Let's see what Admiral and the rest of the LCG team can do on the attack first now, pushing out and going for the play here. They're setting up for the red door breach and lockers. They are in position. Foom as well, getting a good spot to rotate to possibly get some kills to hold off that push. Let's see what happens here. They go for the red door breach and lockers. Still for no one pushing out just yet. Good molly from Adax is going to push that back a little bit, force them to go into the club if they want to go in. But they're not going to do that. They're going to go for the push into Lumberyard. Oh, this is very risky. Adax is going to go for the shot towards Admiral. Did not get the pickup. But El Pablo trying to trade as well. Go for some good pre-fires there. No damage done yet. Oh, Apollo taking a lot of shots, but ultimately Admiral going to pick up onto Adax, clearing that up. Marvel's in a good spot, trying to rotate out of the way with that auto shot. He has no range in that position in that fight. Duke going to go for the breach in. Be danger closer in a tough spot. Again, Locker's also being pushed by Foom here. Lane as well, providing good support. Paddling battle against Foom and Daya, who's up to the spot again. Nuke going to go for the bomb play here. Very, very close to tie. But no, Nuke will get the shot as Toxic like the Nuke there on the push. El Pablo takes up Marbles on the flank. All down to Foom. We get the pick on the Lind. Going for the defuse. 1v1. Oh, but Admiral gets the one tap onto Foom to stop that Dennis tracks. LCG take the lead 5-4.
Yeah, that actually turned out to be a double charge there for LCG, I think. Wall charge and door charge into the lockers, and it seemed to work out very well. I think the main problem Danger Doodles had there was they're giving up too much for too little. They weren't able to contest lockers at all. They weren't playing aggressive enough on that green door into lockers. Adaxi threw a molly way before any flashes came out, and that just stalled time and didn't waste any flashes. He's just giving them free control. And then more mollies came out for Lumberyard. For I feel like there was not really any reason to throw those long range mollies because there's no reason they weren't pushing. They're just stalling out time that they would just throw flashes after the molly came out. But yeah, I think that's the main problems Danger Duels had there on that defense.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad idea by any means, but ultimately it was the wasn't the play to make there, unfortunately, on that push and hold. Looks like my game crashed. Pardon me. Let me reload the game here.
I can take over. So yeah, now we're on this dome here. Abbott's Sword, and this is an interesting one because you have Red Door and Castle, Red Door and Pit, and then the rest of the map is just a huge area. Jungle and base connected together, for water in the middle, bunch of different hiding spots, bushes, bridges, all sorts of things. But there are different things. Pit, Castle, Pit gives you lights. That's also good. Good for pushing out beach, making sure the enemies cannot see, especially with these long ranges, because as you know, or as you guys probably know, each green door has a red light on both sides, and you can shoot those out. But anywhere else on the map is completely dark, hard to see anything. So that's why the defenders have to make sure they place these flares really good, or hold pit very hard to avoid lane attackers hit those lights. But we'll see. But it looks like actually LCG is now on defense. So and Danger Doodles now on attack, and it looks like they're going to opt for this castle play. There's so many windows in castle, you can get so many angles. I can see why they would choose this. The thing is getting into castle. Will the defense hold us hard enough to prevent them from getting all that window control for free? And we'll see. But it looks like LCG are keeping this in mind. They have arrows, they have mollies ready, even barbs outside castle to make it work. And as the round starts, we'll see.
Yep, it is definitely possible. I am unfortunately still blind here, so if you want, you can go when I cast that in there.
Yep. Yeah. So it looks like Danger Duo is committing to a 3-2 push. 2 beach. Obviously not a bad push. Always splitting is always good because you don't want to crowd a single area too much. And putting 3 castle isn't bad at all. Just make sure you get those flashes in, and hopefully Danger Duos make that work. LCG, on the other hand, have 2 people playing castle, have it cross onto the red door, and we'll see how well they can hold off with it. Newt has a molly ready. He has the information. he sees two players of Danger Doodles outside castle. He's probably calling out to his teammates. Their teammates are making those rotates, moving around jungle side, opening castle doors so they can get those angles ready. Excellent work. And Boom and Marbles, they smoking beach, pushing, blown. Castle gets blown. The Molly comes out early. No flash is wasted. That just wastes time. New able to
Oh,
get a pick off
nice
Daya
pick.
there, right on the castle stairs.
Yeah. Oh, but Marbles, nice shot as well onto Nude with a good cross on the cross. A good cut out on the cross at least. As El Pablo will hold off on the charge just yet. Adaxi and Ty though able to take out Castle pretty well. Going for the shots. Lynn trying to go for the one tap on the Castle window. They're not going to shot at Adaxi, but Marbles looking to try and counter that as well from a long ways away. This is a big map here to shoot across from, so it's going to be all on the big weapons here, which we do see being played by just about everybody except for Adaxi. Kind of hiding out with that AP, as is Ty, but they can hit the shots if you can aim just fine. Let's see what they can do here on the push and hold. We do see Foom and Marble still holding out in beach and base as Ty and Adaxi able to clear things up. Lynn go for the crossfire as well towards Ty. Oh, but the pickup from Admiral will take down the Adaxi up on that castle window there as Ty looks to try and get the trade. Not going to find it. A good smoke, though, is going to force them to push through in jungle. And they'll be taking control of by Foom here. Going for the fast play here. El Pablo from behind. Getting the flank on the Foom. Foom is going to get one of Lynn, but ultimately just the one as he gets flanked and traded by El Pablo. Marble's going to go for the play against Toxic, possibly Admiral. Go for the Saber Spray, but Toxic will get the kill, 2 kills to secure the round and ultimately match point for LCG 6-4.
Yeah, and we saw the LCG. Once they saw that castle blow, Toxic got out. Newt gets a pick and then gets out, but he gets traded by Marbles from that beach push. Not a bad trade at all. Attackers have more HP. Obviously, you want to do 1-for-1 on defense. It's pretty good, but obviously you want more. But I think the bad thing the Danger Doodles did there were like they were just pushing water, and that made it hard to divide and conquer because the bottom side of jungle and top side of jungle were just two areas where they can't look at both at once. And you saw Foom pushing up right towards that middle there and getting pinched by two members of LCG, and it just did not end up working as Marbles was forced to push up by himself as the last one remaining with the Saber.
Indeed, that was a strong play and strong read there from LCG, but now on to Dauntless Dawn. This could be a win for possibly Danger Doodles here on the push, if they can play it right. But it should be a big challenge, too.
Yeah, we're back on this factory, and you saw how Danger Doodles defended it, and Newt rode the high Ikaza on the map. What's up, Newt? But yeah, we're looking at probably the same play here from the attacking side. Of Danger Doodles are looking to do this same server farm. Little copycats they are. Actually, they're doing storage actually, and this is interesting because storage gives you lights, sort of, if you can make it all the way down there. It depends on how much LCG gives away, but if they're barbing that, I'm guessing they're not going to be playing storage that hard, so they're probably going to give it up. Hopefully they get flares ready for that, and hopefully they're seeing that storage has lights, the light button. Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting play here to go for the approach on that side of storage, but could be interesting too to see how they opt to hold it. Looks like it is being called out though by LCG on that strat. Do you think they got a chance to win this one?
LCG?
Yeah.
Uh, Looks like
Maybe.
they're
Maybe not.
they're spreading out their utility too much. I feel like they have two barbs for
Mm.
office. I don't know if that's necessary. Another barb for doc. I don't know, but I have been seeing Admiral. He's been being pretty pivotal in those, especially in that last round. He was able to get a lot of mop shot hits, whittling down the attackers. Hopefully, if he plays the same, I think he. I mean, if you notice, El Pablo also has a saber, so there's double sniper for defending teams. That makes it even better to put long range over short range encounters, and I think defending should be on the advantageous side here, winning this round.
I definitely have to agree. I think we're going to see LCG ultimately take this map and maybe take the game of game 2 here to bring it to a 1-0.5 for the end of game 2 here, possibly for LCG or Danger Doodles able to keep it at least a little closer. We were at this before in the first game, and ultimately Danger Doodles brought it back in for a tie at 6-6. So let's see if they can finally close it out here and actually get their first official win, or if it'll be a tie once again for the Danger Doodles. See them stacking up here. 2 on the left side. Looks like 3 on the right. Getting ready for the storage breach. Server farm has been breached. They go for the breach as well in storage. Looks like Foom and Adaxi are going to be the first ones into battle here in storage. El Pablo and Newt waiting, though, in a good spot to counter that position in conveyors and indeed in storage as they take control of server farm on the other side of the building as well. Tox in a good spot to counter it. Has a good molly ready to go. If they do go for the breach here, they're going to have the barbed wire to watch out for. And only one. Looks like there's no major grenade there to get rid of the barbed wire, so it's going to be a tough one to push and talk in office. We do see, though, a grenade be able to clear out the conveyors. Barbed wire. Good Molotov. A little early, unfortunately, for the for damage. But perhaps for information, they're going to ultimately rotate back and out of the way here. They go for the long side flash right on the Toxic's face there. Going to force him to rotate out of the way. Ty and Marble's going to push through now, taking control of office. El Pablo going to rotate out of the way as well. Oh, but a Daxi from a long ways away takes the pickup on El Pablo. Trying to rotate Marbles, catches out. Newt is land, gets the trade up onto a Daxi. But Ty going to take down Admiral. It's down to just 2 remaining defenders here. Toxic and Lind. And Toxic wins the battle against Marbles. Going for the fast play. Foom still battling it out. Takes out, ultimately, Marbles on the flank there. Foom takes out Toxic. Down to just Lind, the last remaining. In a 1v3, already on the bomb. Lind has to go for the play here against Daya and Ty, but Ty's going to drop down. Daya will get the kill ultimately, and it will be the round for the Danger Doodles. 5-6.
I feel like I was watching Geometry. A lot of stuff was happening in on the side of Danger Doodles. Every kill they got was an intersecting kill. Like 2 people were shooting them from different angles. We had Marbles shooting at Newt, and then another person, Daxi, shooting Newt from that side. And on Admiral, you had them pinching him from conveyor side and the stair side. It was just a lot of kills that were just pushing LCG into tight corners and just unable to look at both sides at once. And they were just super unorganized there. Once they lost office, they were cramped. They're stuck in the hole, and there's no way to climb out of there. And quite unfortunate for LCG there.
Exactly. It was a tough one to try and battle out for LCG there, as we did see a strong, good map presence and good read ultimately coming in for Danger Doodles for the win, although now in the final map of this game possible, last possible round, title tied, the final one to conclude this one, and what a map to play it on. We'll see if they go for the bit of a split push here on Lockers. They also went for a bit of a side breach here on Lumberyard perhaps as well, is being called out. Although equally admissions could be the surprise factor here if they do go for that jump up and flank through here, could be a bit of a surprise for sure for to try and defend against. So we'll see what they opt to do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both teams are keeping in mind like this map is Lumberyard is super strong, so they're just gonna save the wall charge for that, avoid using it on any other map. And Danger Drills going for a similar plan that LCG did, opting to go for the top lane here on the breach and having another person watch the bottom lane. You always want to have someone watching lanes because this is just free vision from outside to control Lumberyard, and that seems like what they're doing. They have a lot of pings down. A nade, I'm guessing for a barb on that top lane, and then a smoke, flash, a bunch of stuff. I don't know how that's going to play out, because usually when you bring smokes on a map, defenders will usually abuse them as much as they can by going into them, trying to be surprising, sneaky, and we'll see how it plays out. But LTG, I'm pretty sure they understand that they do have a wall charge, so that's why they have these barbs ready for this Lumberyard. And I'm interested to see how they would play this. And it looks like they're not going to make the same mistake Danger Doodles did, because they have these the club angles onto the locker blow in case that happens. And then yeah, we'll see what they do.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things they have as options and places they can do and things that they can do. Indeed, they don't want to fall to the same mistake of falling apart in the Lumberyard and Locker kind of hold up and position there. They could maybe go for the side flank of a mission, but again, they're going to go for the same strategy. 3 up on the Lumberyard for a fast breach in. They're going to have to worry about the barbed wire, but as long as they have a grenade, they can ultimately time it right to where it's going to be a bit of a hold up here in this side here, but ultimately a fast push, excuse me, on this side if they time it right. But it's all going to come down to execution, which Danger Doodles can do. Because the defenders in a strong spot, as well as Admirals on the bomb. El Pablo holding up in kitchen, and Newt hiding down the lockers. Lind and Toxic playing the club rotation if need be. This is going to be a fast one and a good one to watch here. Be sure to keep your eyes open on the screen, and be sure to watch Marvel's going for the first pickup with the mop, going for the aggressive strategy here. Ironically, we're seeing a mop on attackers, which is a little bit unique. Adaxi with the breach in towards Lumberyard. Good grenade there. We'll get rid of the barbed wire. They have a fast free push in. 3 flashes. Actually, make that 2 flashes. Good molly. They're going to run through the fire and flames. Will they be able to escape? They will. They go for the push towards Admiral. Will they get the kill? Yes, they will eventually, but Marbles takes out Newt. Daya gets the kill to Admiral. Once again, finally knocking that out. Admiral takes out 1. Newt ends up team killing El Pablo, unfortunately, in the spray down. Ty and Daya, though, at the bomb, already defusing. He's down to just Toxic, holding on for dear life. Can he get the kills? Goes for 1, but ultimately gets only 1 kill to Marbles. And that's the round. It is once again a tie, 6-6 at the end of the game.
Wow, that last round was interesting. You saw the attackers have a super organized throws there. I think double flash, like basically in the same spot though. So I think that's kind of a waste, but they were able to get into backside super quickly. And you saw 3v1 onto Admiral, and Admiral didn't die until like 10 seconds after they were all bunched up because they didn't want to TK. So you just saw Admiral standing in the middle of 3 of them, and they're just all hugging it out. And then he just threw a molly at his feet. And then that Molly ended up killing Newt because Newt and Pablo came into the back to help Admiral, and then that was just an interesting round because you just saw so much blood there, so many bodies. Newt dying to his own teammates Molly because everyone's just trying to get back to the bomb. But yeah,
Yeah, what a crazy way to end this game up here. It is, of course, now tied 1-1 for both teams. I do think you'll play one more game in Game 3 until we enter possible overtime, which I'd hope we don't see another. It'd be interesting to see another tie in a row, how that would go. But I do believe it will be hopefully one team taking the win here. Hopefully Danger Doodles or LCG, although it looks like Danger Doodles have a little bit of the lead in their favor. For Game 3, any predictions?
oh, I did not realize these two teams are that closely skilled. So I'm guessing the first match was also 6-6.
Yes, it was. It was
Wow.
4-6 as well at the end with LCG up 2 rounds. So it's a repeat.
Oh gosh. Sounds like LCG needs to work on finishing the. But yeah.
Indeed, lock in
Um.
closing for sure.
Yeah. Closing. I think I don't know. Uh. I think I would favor LCG here, in my opinion. Now that I've seen some gameplay, I think they have a lot more potential on attack than Danger Doodles, but on defense it does seem like they're kind of struggling. Um. But yeah, I think I'm on LCG now.
You're
TBH.
on Team LCG. All right. Well, fair enough. I think I'm as much as I want to root for LCG. I kind of gonna give it to the Danger Doodles. Right? These teams are both very, very neck and neck, very, very even. But DD, I know that team. I know that history. They are one of the best teams out there. They're one of the best in the game. LCG has stepped up a huge amount from where they were in the past, but this is still a tough team to battle against. I'm gonna give it to Danger Doodles by just a little bit, 51-49. It's gonna be very, very close. It could go all the way. It could just go down to purely execution at the final steps here, back and forth. It has just come down to who can play the map better, who can read better, and who can get the kills between these three sides here. So it's going to be a very, very tough battle for Game 3, which will be in just a few minutes. We're going to take it to a quick break as we get things figured out and get the team sorted, ready to go for the final game, possibly final game of this matchup here between LCG and Danger Doodles. Back in just a few. All right, we're coming back in hot. This is going to be another matchup once again between LCG and ultimately the Danger Doodles. This is on Game 3. This has so far been a close as you can get to a perfection of a game. It is 6-6 in a row. Game 1 6-6, Game 2 6-6, with once again 4-6. LCG's had the majority, but ultimately choked the last two rounds twice in a row here. The third time, we're going to need to call for a Heimlich maneuver, maybe call CPR and maybe get some paramedics to help him out there. But anything can happen here. I'm joined by my buddy Ikazo. How you doing today?
Yo, yo, yo. I'm good, man. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic on this new map, Ozzy Mendias Pistol. It's going to be an interesting one to see for sure as we see an interesting Teller, looks like pistol there, as Storefront has an interesting cover and indeed a bomb site facing the north side towards storage, office, freezer, and bathroom. With fridges being a bit of a weird kind of hump there on the side. Could be interesting to see how it's played.
Unlike most C-stores, you see this arcade here connected to the teller, and it's a double open door. So like, uh,
Whoa.
that's something you don't usually see, but that's that's something that could make like blowing into arcade more valuable than wall charging, because then you can also just hit you get teller control as well as hitting the button to open the storefront. But defenders could also counter that play by hitting that lights button, as they have already circled in case of that situation. But yeah, Danger Doodles looks like they're just gonna opt for a standard wall charge play, take fast control of storefront, and use effective flashes to get those areas that are needed, fridges, freezer, outside storage area, and we'll see what
Indeed.
happens.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one to watch. I do notice that Arcade has two DDR machines. That is a good sign of good luck for the defenders, but attackers going to have to be careful of those to watch out. It's going to fall them into a tough spot there with a good barb as well. Going to be an interesting one to see how that's pushed and held there by these teams and by these players. Ultimately, we'll go ahead and see how it's all going to shake out, but I think we're going to see a fantastic storefront breach here coming from the main side. Maybe even a bit of a side push there as they take control of towers, but I think ultimately it's going to be a wasted barb there on Arcade as they're going to go for the standard storefront breach and play here. Coming up now, attackers leaving the truck, at least most of them, Adaxian Marble, still shopping, still looking for what they want to get there. Finally getting their ideas sorted in mind, and indeed they go in for the drop and go for the play here. Defenders in a good spot as well. Admiral facing the top side here. Toxic and El Pablo holding off for the bomb pushes. Newt holds and Tellers waiting for the time to strike here. Maybe going for possibly a Shutters breach here. Let's see what they can do on this push and breach up here. See Marble sneaking through. They have not been discovered yet in storefront, El Pablo is waiting with the molly for that breach in storefront. They are ready for expecting this charge and indeed expecting this strategy. Let's see what they do here. Close. Here comes the breach in storefront. They stack in all 5. Molotov going to run out of the way. Fuma, I'm the only one on that push. And actually going to go for the fast play here against Lind. Shotgun v shotgun. Actually, kind of v KR. Ultimately, it's going to be a trade up back and forth. Ultimately, the defenders are going to take the lead on those kills. But Toxic coming for the rotation. Admiral actually team kills Toxic. Unfortunate, though. Daya and Marvel still going for the cleanup. Admiral, though, gets the kill in. Admiral on an absolute killing spree. Enemies and friendlies are all victim to the fight of Admiral there. Foom going for the battle as well against Newt. Daya. Newt battling out 1v1 of sorts. But from behind, Foom will get the flank on the Admiral. And Lynn comes in for the flank against Daya. Gets the perfect rating kill. It's a 2v1. Foom versus Lyndon Newt. Let's see what Foom's going to do here on the flank in bathroom. Newt going to hear the rotation. Lynch in a good spot to battle as well with the KR. Has a molly as well to hold off that push and force him into the angle here. Less than a minute remaining in the round. Foom in a good spot, though, to win this. But it's going to be a big challenge for Foom here on this push and on this hold. We see Foom in the border. Oh, gets shot off guard, but ultimately Land will end it with 3 kills. And the lead going to LCG 1-0.
Excellent round for LCG there. You saw Danger Doodles right off reach. They threw 3 flashes, fast push, no stop. All gas, no brakes. And you saw LCG, they tried to hold it as much as they could, and they backed off as safely as possible. You saw 2 people playing in bathroom. Once DD was closed, someone was playing back fridges, able to get a kill, and then a crossfire comes out from New on the other side of the map, able to shoot some of them in the back, and I just fell apart for DD, and the 2 bathroom players came out, killed Marbles by himself and fridges, and then it was left in a 3v2 situation that eventually led to LCG winning that round. Excellently played by LCG, holding crossfires, utilizing teamwork there.
Indeed, that was a strong play and strong teamwork there coming in for the victory. But now on Constricted Paladin, an interesting breezeway with a lot of big cover to prevent that flank up. So it's not an easy breezeway, perhaps not easy and breezy. But if there is an open reception here, it's going to be a vital part of pushing if they do go for the free push here, for a green door style push, at least club. They'll bomb in an interesting spot for pre-fires and picks across. Again, this is a kill house, so that means you can shoot across a large variety of the map here. So sights lines are very important, and indeed cover is just as important. So we'll see what they opt to do here for strategies, but looks like attackers are going to go for a push through the kitchen, perhaps, and go for a long side flank around.
Yeah, so keep in mind that Danger Doodles did use a wall charge and used a clacker there, and they weren't able to recover that clacker because they all died. So they might be considering eco here, all 5 pushing without a clacker or charge, and LCG, they know this. They have maybe an aggressive mop peek here from reception from Admiral here. And they also can keep in mind that since they don't have a wall charge, they don't really have to worry about any wall charges on the site. So they can keep in mind they only need to worry about these red doors as well as the green opening when they're making their strategy here. And it seems like, yep, they are making preparations for those sides of the map. And hopefully we can see them coming out on top here, as they do have the knowledge and the ability to hold this pretty easily, in my opinion.
All right, it's going to be a fantastic one to watch here. I'm excited to see how these teams are going to play it up and where these guys are going to stick at. Admiral, though, is going to be the one to keep your eyes on. Going for the very, very risky play here. Going for almost a spawn peek of sorts over in reception. You're going for the long shots across here. This is going to be a spot to watch. Shooting a long ways away can be very, very risky for Admiral here. Toxic as well, going for the double peek here. Let's see if it's going to be an absolute killing spree here. Marbles, the first one up there with the DP is going to be very, very risky if they go for the push, and indeed they are. Oh, Admiral get the pick up onto Doxy with a nice headshot. Oh, Toxic, actually Newt will catch out Ty on the push as well, and a third kill onto a second kill for him onto Marbles. Oh, it's going to be dead in this track. The strat's called out perfectly by LCG. Oh, it's going to be a tough one. It's down to just 2 remaining attackers, Foom and Daya. Are they going to go for the economy pickup and ultimately resupply of their enemies, or their friendlies at least? Or are they going to go for the push and play here? They have not a lot of options. The other team, though, has already pushed back all the way into club, have locked down the position, locked down the flank. They knew the strat, they knew they're going to do and what they're going to play at. So now there's not a whole lot of options for them, at least for the attackers. They can go in and try and recover and see what they can get, but not a lot of options for them. They're going to go for the breach and reception. They're going to go for the play here. It looks like they are indeed committed. They're going for the win here. They recover the DP. I'm not sure if I'd agree with that. I'd probably go with that play, but maybe Die is better with it than we saw probably Marbles with it. Let's see what happens here. Die in a good spot to try and go for the breach here. There is indeed a good barbed wire on this green door. They're going to throw a good grenade to get rid of the barbed wire. The problem is El Pablo's in a good spot to counter, as is Toxic, going for the pre-fire early on with that KR. Going to shoot a lot of his shots across, going to go for the reload. Dai's going to push in now. Should be going for it, but they're playing very passive. Less than a minute left in the round. Not a lot of time to go for the double flash up here. El Pablo, with a good molly, is going to force them back out of the way. Boom, able to survive the spray down here from Toxic. Toxic on his last mag, though, running out of ammo. Cannot keep pre-firing here, positions here. Dai going for the pre-shot across. Not going to get it. Newt gonna come in for the flank from behind, but no, Flume's gonna get the read in early on, takes out Newt. And Lynn still holding on for dear life. Dia trying to get some lucky shots across. Unfortunately, this Molotov dangerously close to Toxic, but Toxic is still alive in the fight here. They're just holding off this push. Less than 30 seconds remaining. They have to go for the push here. It is all or nothing. They're going to go for the fast play and breach here into the club. And El Pablo gets a double kill, securing the win for LCG 2-0.
Danger Doodles. I mean, that's a super aggressive defense play that really worked out. And I was surprised Admiral was able to stay alive for so long there. He was playing such a weird angle where they would be super close once he gets the first shot off. He was able to run all the way through reception, across the whole reception, and able to get back safely, as well as take down 2 of them. The Danger Doodles weren't even 2 tiles into the map until they already had 2 players left on their team. It was just excellent work on LCG, covering Admiral there, playing a triple crossfire onto that reception, preventing them just to go. And I think Danger Doodles, maybe they should have just saved there because there's nothing you can do with 2 people pushing into a hallway, the smallest area of the map where they could just get wall banged. And that's what happened. Toxic was able to get some wall bang damage on both of them, and they were already down to like 2/3 HP. It's just quite demoralizing for Danger Doodles there trying to win that round, but hopefully they can bring it back here.
Maybe they can. On now Brutus display, this could be the surprise that LCG needed to hopefully win the mind games against Danger Doodles, who have so far they come back in when it's low on rounds, when it's that match point for LCG, and it's close for Danger Doodles. They come back in with a swing and bring in ideally a tie. Twice in a row now. This is the 3rd time, and so far LCG taking a dominant lead, 2-0. It's looking very, very good for a possible LCG victory here. But it's going to be early to call just yet, as these 2 teams are very well balanced so far. But now on Brutus display, it's going to be an interesting map. 2 stacked up on the bottom here. But the strat being called out could be surprising, pushing the Red Door as well in Boiler.
And I think LCG, they do have the advantage on attacking side, I believe, but it would be quite embarrassing if I said they were very good at attacking and then they just do horrible on attack side, because they do have double splits on attack, and we'll see what happens. But here on this map, looks like Danger Doodle is doing a 3-2 split, and they're going to double charge here since they did eco that last round, just to make sure they don't lose the clacker for this round, and hopefully they put all their chips in the right place here, as they are committing this double charge here. This is the last round, no reason not to, and they took a round hit last round just to get this round. But yeah, we'll see if they can make it work. 3-2 split, one dock and 1 boiler, red doors. We'll see. LCG, they seem pretty planned for it as well. Looks like I'm confused on what Lind is trying to do here. Kicking red door? I'm
maybe going for a Flawless breach.
No, I don't.
Bar,
they didn't bring the. Yeah, I don't think they didn't bring. I don't think they kicked it, but. Well, let me see.
Weird. Maybe a bit of mind games, perhaps. If I'm not really sure what they're going for with that one.
They just circled it with an X, so I was like, maybe they're going to kick this. But round is starting. We'll see.
Indeed, they are indeed going for the red door breach and boiler. Good Molotov from Mal. Pablo's going to stop that dead in his tracks. Lind is still equipped with that molly and indeed a flare if they go for the power, but Marbles is going to be in position at the dock as alongside a Daxi. He's flanked a long ways around. Did not go for the server farm breach. Indeed, they're going to go for the boiler spot there, but Lind waiting for the cross as well as his Toxic. El Pablo with a nice long shot across here. Good sightline across to the red door here if they do go for the breach. Newt in a good spot to battle it out against Adaxi and Marbles. They go for the red door breach on the dock side as well. Ooh, good molly from Newt's going to force them back a little bit, but unfortunately, Marvel's not going to get the shot off in time to Newt. But what matters, Foom will get the trade up, but Admiral gets the trade onto Foom as soon as he gets that shot across. Marvel's looking for the trade up as well, not going to find these players as it is actually also shooting. Gets the pick up on Admiral, gets the trade, a little bit delayed, but does finally get it. Lind is still battling against Marbles. Who gets it? Marbles will win against Lind. Toxic going for the shot now. It's only 2 remaining defenders here. LCG has only 2 compared to the 4 of attackers here. Looking like it's going to be a win for Danger Doodles, but let's see if Toxic and El Pablo can bring it in for the win here. They still have not breached the bomb site just yet. Toxic going to go for the play here. Very, very aggressive. Going to battle against Adaxi, getting double teamed by Ty and Adaxi. Toxic gets the flick onto Adaxi. Can he get the second onto Ty? Dia tracing down and gets the hunting down onto El Pablo. Brings it to a 2v1. Toxic getting flanked behind by Marbles. Marbles has to hit this shot, though. It's down to just Dia and Toxic. And indeed, Toxic was already down by Marbles. And that was the round for Danger Doodles. Their first 1-2.
Yep. Not much to say there, but it seems like they got Boiler, Molly came out, and that just stalled some time. Danger Doodle was able to take Boiler, and once they got that dog control as well, Marbles needed to be taken out by Admiral there, but Marbles ended up winning, killing Admiral, and then everything just became dependent on short range fight for the defending team. And you saw Toxic able to get 2 kills as they started pushing, but unlucky 1v2 situation where there's not much you can do in the sandwich, as these other teammates are already dead from those long-range engagements.
Indeed, it is tough facing a 2v1. 1v1s are winnable, but a 1v1v1v1 is just not likely to be successful. It can be if you have the good game sense and individual gun sense, but when you're battling a 2v1 or 3v1, nearly impossible. It was a good attempt there by LCG, but just not enough for the win on that round. But now coming into a C-Storm map, this should be an interesting one to see on, once again, Ozymandias pistol. This should be a fantastic one to watch.
Yeah, we're back
So
on
this
this
is
map here. Um, not much drawing is happening. I think both teams are they're
oh,
trying to think of
there's the
ways to win this round that isn't predictable in what the other team is doing.
hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
but
there was a bit of a. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the strategy here for this map. They had a good approach last time going for storefront and going for a bit of a split push and fridges kind of working around the sides. But this one, there's a lot of different ways they can push this.
yeah, I think both teams are gathering their knowledge from the last time they played this map. When LCG was on defense and Danger Doodles on offense, and they're trying to look for ways to improve on both sides on how to defend this map, how to attack this map, and it's kind of interesting to see because LCG looks like they're proposing a all green, and then a lot of
Hmm.
arrows going from green into storage, into bathroom, into freezer. It's going to be interesting to see it. Very different than the previous round we saw in this map. But Danger Doodles looks like they're completely expecting a wall charge here. They have barbs prepped, setting up crossfires onto their barbs for the wall charge storefront. Not really planning for the green. They do have a barb on the green door, which is pretty standard. Um, but not sure how prepared they will be for this green push that seems to be happening as nades come out, flashes come out for the attacking team.
Yeah, they're definitely ready to go here. This looks like a bit of a perhaps a bit of a misread from Danger Doodles here, expecting the standard kind of play of the storefront when instead they're going to opt to keep it safe and keep the economy in their side for LCG and just go for the fast green door push. The problem is there is that barbed wire they're going to have to deal with, which will delay it a little bit. Let's see if they can push through and ultimately keep it in for the win and keep that momentum going once they lose that opening spot there. Once they get rid of that barbed wire, it's going to be a really interesting one to watch for sure. Lind also waiting in the windows as Admiral is also watching for the cross pick as well. They still have that barbed wire to breach, but once it is gone, they are going to be in for the battle here. Adaxi and Dai already rotated in position as is Foom, going for the wall shots across here. Let's see if they can do it. Adaxi also in a good spot to counter as well if need be. But Dai going to rotate in a good position here. Adaxi going to go for the shots towards Newt and Toxic. Adaxi going to push on all sides, gets taken up by Toxic. Daya and Ty now working together, and as is Marbles and Foom on the bottom side to lock down this push. So far, it's working out well for Admiral, but taking a lot of fire here. LCD going to go for the play here, but ultimately Daya will take out Toxic. A good Molotov from Marbles. They're going to force him back, and Lind ultimately die to a nice pre-queuing by Lind by that Molotov throw, but Newt in a good spot there with Admiral. Going to go for power, potentially. Looks like power has been indeed played. Admiral going to go for the push-up alongside El Pablo as Foom sneaks through an office. Oh, this green door breach, though, from Foom could be deadly. But El Pablo's watching the angles here. Marble still holding on the bomb site, has the advantage. Has a good peeking position here, as is Daya and Ty in a strong spot. Newt in a good position for Freezer push. Going to go for the taking and control of that one. Admiral going to go for the flank up, possibly breaching through Freezer here, which could go for good control here on the side as Daya. Oh, actually, Admiral, nice pickup onto Daya on the cross. The problem is he still has control of by Ty and possibly by Marbles and Foom on the flank here. This is going to be a dangerous one to push and hold here. Newt knows where Ty is. You see Admiral going for the play here, trying to break through. Trying to look for the opening. Super close. They're going to go for the flash. They're going for the fast breach into this area here. Ty going to go for the push outside, but no. Newt denies it. Down to just Marbles and Foom. Last alive here, keeping the fight going. El Pablo trying to get onto the bomb here. They have to go for the push here. Not a lot of time. 30 seconds. Less than 30 seconds remaining now, and they got a little bit of a defuse down. Marbles takes out Newt on the flank. Down to just Foom. Oh, and Foom gets the kill onto Admirals. Onto El Pablo in a 1v2. The comeback from Danger Doodles is real. El Pablo holding on. Can he get the clutch? 1v2. Time is running out. He has to go for the defuse. He's running out of time. He has to just go for it. He can't keep debating it like this. He has to hold it on and keep it going. They go for the power on. Oh, time is already running out. There's not enough time. Marbles from behind will take out El Pablo. And that will be the round, tying it 2-2 for Danger Doodles.
That was so heartbreaking. We saw a very fast entry or opening push into the office there. You saw LCG get the nade down, get office control real quick, and even going into storage really fast. You also saw Toxic shotgunning a Daxi in. They took storage super fast, and then they put too much pressure, and then we're pushing storefront without flashes. Toxic die, and then Lin tries to go into trade, and Lin also dies, and that leaves it into I think it was sort of a 3v3 situation by that time, and they were able to get in the storefront pretty nicely. Newt with the entry pick onto Ty, able to take storefront, and then they started to fall apart in that 3v2 situation where Foom and Marbles, they were able to make it work. Foom on the flank kills Newt, and then Marbles on the other side, on short side, and they're able to get that cross onto those attacking players. They take their ones. They win their ones. And then it
Mhm.
was all Pablo by himself versus two guys on both sides of him. There's no way you can look at both sides at once, and that was the round.
Indeed, it was. It was a good play there from LCG, but ultimately Danger Doodles with the teamwork there, able to secure the win despite rough odds there. Although now back on with Constricted Paladin, the map that had the, well, I'd say egregious, but it was just a well played by Admiral. Spawn peek out here. I think we're going to see an avoidance of that one by Danger Doodles here. My guess is maybe they're going to keep somebody on the other side cross, perhaps on that side, maybe another one here. But I think we're going to see LCG going to go for a different stat, maybe even going for a red door breach. It looks like we do see a setup
Killer
from Danger Doodles
fish.
expecting a possible play there.
Killer
Indeed, they're going to go
fish
for
for
a
killer
lockers breach.
fish.
Oh, but we do see an auto shotty right next to it. That's going to be very, very deadly, very dangerous. This could be a surprise factor for sure. This could be enough for the win for Danger Doodles, but it's going to be a spicy one for sure.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this plays out because we saw previously Danger Duel's reception didn't go so well. But LCG, they equaled that last round, the first round of the split, and I think Danger Doodles know they equaled last round, so they know they're going to breach a door here because it doesn't make sense to use all three charges on one round. So I think this is how they understood that they're probably going to blow lockers here because hallway red door is not that great, especially as a push because it's just super chokehold, long lane that defenders have advantage over. Pretty strong read on Danger Doodle's side here.
Indeed, it's going to be a tough one to play for LCG, but LCG can do it. They've been close before, but they can definitely bring it in for the win here, potentially. But it's going to be a tall order for them. Let's see what they can do here. Setting up for the charge in lockers here. Daxi just hiding out. He knows he has the advantage. Oh, Newt doesn't clear his corners! He thought he cleared it, but no, he doesn't! Oh, Daxi gets two, but ultimately it will be a trade-up. Oh, that's going to be stopping that push dead in his tracks for now. They do take a bit of a control of Hall here. Marbles goes for the pick towards Toxic. Did not get the shot. At least enough for the kill. Probably going to rotate out of the way. Dia in a good spot to counter that one. Lin going to go for the bit of a flash play here in the breezeway. As Pablo goes for the P-Fire towards Dia. Did not get the kill. Toxic has now picked up the auto shotty from a Daxi. He's going for the play in this side of Club here. Trying to go for the cross as well. Marvel's in a good spot to counter. Ty trying to go for a good Molotov. He gets it executed well on the green door there. As Toxic going to pop a hold off for dear life. Linda is pushed through the other side. This is going to be a surprise for sure. the defender's not ready for this one. Marbles. Oh, nice pickup on the Toxic on the other side. But oh, from behind, Lind gets the trade onto Marbles. Oh, but Dai's going to come in from behind onto Lind. Unfortunately, had no support there. Down to just El Pablo, last alive here. There's just a single grenade to his name. This is going to be a tough one for him to win. Oh, throws a grenade a little close. Goes for the trace down onto Dai. Gets a couple shots in. He's going to go for the play against Ty. Can he get it? He gets the pickup onto Ty, but can he battle against Boom? It's a 1v1 with another one on the other side. You're about to be a 2v1 here. Currently facing 1v1, but El Pablo taking too much time. Dai's going to come in to make it a 2v1 battle here. Trying to clear two lines at once. This is very tough, but possible. Can El Pablo do it is the question. Or is Danger Doodle taking the lead in for the possible win on this round? Low on health. El Pablo taking another shot. Can he get it? Low on health. Ooh, El Pablo gets the kill, but boom, trades down to the wire. But Danger Doodles bring in the win for now the lead, 3-2.
I think LCG had that round. It's just if Newt was able to fully clear that corner that he just had to clear. I don't even think Adaxi was ready for Newt to just push without a flash there, and I think Newt had the advantage there. He just didn't check that left corner. I think he just checked it a little bit and just left. But that gave Adaxi that 1-for-2 kill, and it just gave so much advantage for the defending side, especially when attackers cannot move with three people on one push. But yeah, falls
Yeah,
apart.
well, indeed it does. What a crazy round there. Ultimately, it was a almost clutch there from El Pablo, but not enough for the win. But back again on Brutus display. What a map. We've seen this quite often. We actually saw this quite a bit on the last game as well with an interesting team up and interesting playing and pairing of spots here. I'm curious to see who do you think is going to take this next map here.
Well, I mean, we saw 6-6 on first game, 6-6 on second game, and now we're about to hit 3-3, I think. I think
Ooh,
LTG
okay.
should be able to take this. They have double charge, so they can make some unexpected plays happen that Danger Judas cannot account for. We'll see. But Danger Doodles on defense here, they have barbs ready for this green push because I think usually if you're bringing on wall charge on factory, it's going to be from green onto another area of the map. And that is exactly what LCG is trying to do. Take green, put a wall charge onto that pipeworks area, so it's easier to get through instead of going through that office door choke. and they're also going to blow that dock door that gives so many long angles onto the bomb as well as onto office and back pipe works.
This is very risky, but I could be effective too on the fast push in for the attackers. Defenders, though, looks like they're not really expecting it from seeing in the lines here. A
I don't
little
know.
bit of it, but not as much.
Yeah, they haven't been drawing that much, it seems, on the defending side. I'm not sure exactly what they're
Mm,
thinking about. I think they're just trying to hold dock side and also put some pressure on office, but I can't really discern what they're trying to what their thought process is.
gotcha, gotcha. So they're keeping their straps close to themselves. Indeed, it could be effective, but let's see what they opt to do here. Position-wise, we do see Ty rocking, it looks like an Ingmar. And we do see Marbles rocking that mop, looking to mop up the floor with these attackers potentially, but Adak's in a good spot as well with the KR, Daya also running the Ingmar. So it's all long weapons for the defenders. Attackers a little bit more closer, a little bit smaller in size, perhaps Toxic, Lind, and Newt all running APs as El Pablo grabs the Black Tar Silence as Admiral rocking and rattling the Saber once again. Let's see what Newt and El Pablo can do on the right side here of Server Farm. It is a green door, but it has been properly barred on both sides of Office as well, and Adaxi waiting for the shot. Indeed, waiting for the window spot. They go for the breach in dock, forcing Adaxi back a little bit. Oh, but Admiral, nice pickup from a nice angle there. Gets the shot and kill onto Adaxi. Marvel's holding off the good cross as well. You see the green door now being pushed by Newt. They have partial control of dock now. They have control of the bomb site as well, but Foom's in a good spot to counter if need be. Toxic, Newt, and El Pablo are going to push through the server farm access point here. They take control of the dock player. They can control that position at least. We do see Toxic waiting alongside Newt and El Pablo. Foom, though, is pushing through. Oh, he's going to go for the play against Toxic. So one to watch out for Badaya as well in Boiler. They go for the breach in on server farm into the area here of Pipeworks. Newt, though, good crossfire there into Foom. Takes him down. Ty going to have to rotate back in a position here to battle against Newt. Can he get it is the question, but Toxic in a good spot to battle as well. We see Lind now pushing up very aggressively, battling against Daya. Can he get it? No. Daya and Marbles will take out Lind and Newt. Now just Toxic, El Pablo, and Admiral last alive here. Toxic going for the push-up. Ty not ready for this push-up. Danger close, but he gets the anyways. Gets the pick and kill into Toxic. Oh, and El Pablo catches out Daya on the flank. It's down to a 2v2. This is winnable for either team. Marbles and Ty in a good spot battling against, ultimately, Admiral and El Pablo. So it is very similar weapons battling against each other. It is a battle of players now. Marbles and Ty versus El Pablo and Admiral. Sniper versus long-range weapons. Let's see what they can do here. A little bit of utility from El Pablo. Goes for the flash, goes for the bomb defusal start. They have to get it charged going. And indeed, they're getting it done up. Ty's going to have to go for the push here. Does he get the pickup? No, he doesn't. Ty going to have to go for the close battle here. Gets it. No, El Pablo will win against Ty. Marbles, gets taken out by Admiral. It's going to be the win for LCG. Tying it once again, 3-3.
Yeah, saw the beginning there. LCG, they went green as well as Doc, and they're able to pinch out Adaxi out of his position. Adaxi was originally looking at green, but once that Doc blew, Adaxi did not have enough time to get to safety, and he was taken out instantly by Admiral, and then that opened up the area for the attacking team to get their wall charge down, and they were able to push the defenders into areas where they couldn't hold. You saw Admiral able to put a lot of pressure on those guys trying to rotate out of their positions, especially Daya from Boiler. He got picked off because he was rotating, as well as another person I think was also rotating from the bottom pipework side. And you put Marbles in, whoever else was alive in that position where they do not have bomb control. They are forced to push into those attacker angles, and that's what happened in that 2v2. And Admiral was able to put cover for El Pablo, and Pablo was able to clean him out.
Indeed, it was a good play there. Good read from Admiral and Pablo to win in 2v2 against, of course, Marbles and Ty there on the flank. Indeed, it was indeed favored to the attackers. But now on Operation Fair Ghost, we'll see how fair this one will be in his Battle of Ghosts. Although it looks like a bomb in... Where in the world is this bomb? It is hiding in plain sight right in the castle there. The name hiding it out underneath. It is indeed favored more towards the jungle area, perhaps. But indeed, interesting pit red door access. But green door being in pit, in beach, excuse me, for a fast breach in through base could be surprising. We'll see what the attackers opt to do here. Defenders are expecting. It looks like the breach of the base area here. Bit of a jungle side push as well. It is a big jungle on this map here.
Yeah, it's another huge dome map where half of the map is just uneven terrain and a bunch of cover, and it sort of acts like a different room, but like it's still an open area that has a lot of long angles as well as short angles depending on how defenders play and where they're positioning themselves. Here we're looking at LCG trying to push for this toxic side, and I'm assuming they're trying to go for power here as that's the quickest way to power on that top ruins angle. um but Foom has that barb ready for pit side, but it's hard to get a barb here that covers both sides of pit because the attackers could just go up the stairs and avoid that barb altogether. And We'll see how it plays out, but defense look like they're playing super aggressive on beach here, and we'll see how LCG deals with that.
Yeah, there's a couple different ways they can counter it, but I'm curious to see how LCG is going to counter it themselves. Looks like they're going to go for the pit play here. This could be interesting to see how they go for the push here. It's going to be a tough one, but it should be interesting to see how they go for the strat and what the play is going to be. We see them now leaving the truck, making their way over to the bomb site here. Then going to be the first one over in the beach area here, going for the early smoke here for the beach play. Ty in a good spot to counter, as is Marbles. Oh, they have 3 on the battle here. Lynn going to go for the shot and stay alive despite all that fire there. Ty going to rotate back and hiding in the base right now. The rest of the team is going to rat up over on the other side here into pit. Now Dude can be the first one alongside Toxic and El Pablo as support for the pit push here. We're seeing Foom waiting for the time to strike here. They're going to be danger close to the power, but Dai is going to hold on for dear life. They're right outside each other. Just a simple doorway. Going for the push and play here. Dai going danger close. Who's going to get the kill? It's going to be Toxic. Taking a dive as Foom will take out Newt. But Toxic gets a sight kill onto Foom. Toxic doing some work with that DP. Showing him how it's done. Takes control of the power. Still being played, though. We still have a shot as well coming in from Admiral, trying to balance against, actually get the pickup onto Ty, excuse me. Gets that kill across there. A nice shot across. As, another power being played now. El Pablo going to run down. Marbles going to run into El Pablo, but Marbles whiffs his shot. Unfortunate to see, but Adaxi going to be teaming up to block up ultimately Toxic here on the push and hold here. You see Admiral, though, kind of battle against Adaxi. Oh, but Toxic says not even worried about it. Gets the nice shot across with the shotgun. Sent to just Marbles. That's alive in the castle, holding on to the bomb site. The drawbridge is down, though, on the other side, though, so they have room to push around. Marbles still holding on, battling against El Pablo. Can he get the shot? No, he whiffs it again. Unfortunate for Marbles there. While that's happening, they go for the other button on Castle. Marbles going to have to rotate back and get the shot. They go for power once again. They are playing with the power quite a bit. They're already on the bomb. Marbles has to go for the push here. He might just save it for the mop, but he has not a lot of options here. He wants to hold on to lead. He gets the pickup onto Admiral on the bomb, but Lynn's still defusing. Can he get it in time? No, he's not going to get it. Will they get the pickup onto Lynn? That was the question. Danger close. No, Lynn gets that kill. That's Toxic and Lynn taking the round and taking the lead for LCG 4-3.
I think this round was just such a clown festival. I feel like we saw LCG. They're able to take beach without getting hit once from Danger Doodles. Danger Doodles had 3 people firing towards beach, and not a single bullet hit LCG at all on the kick. And then LCG, they're able to get onto the site, and then Marbles was able to get a lot of mop hits, and Toxic was 1 HP that whole time with a shotgun. He was able to get top runes super quick, and he was just playing with the power nonstop. He hit it like I think 5 times that round, and he was also able to kill a Daxi while on 1 HP. I don't know how Daxi wasn't able to get 1 bullet on Toxic there, but that was just so unlucky. He one shot at a Daxi from 3 tiles away. I think that's just hilarious. And then Marbles was playing hide and seek with El Pablo and Pit. It was crazy. But yeah, Danger Doodles, they just kept getting picked, and then LCG were able to close it out, play together.
Indeed. That power play reminded me of a Squid Game when they turned off the power off and on, back and forth. They're trying to throw off their vision, which did work out well actually for them. But now in Operation Dreamlands, I don't think the Dream is going to go in favor of any one team on this map. It's going to be a surprise and a battle for sure, as we see an interesting security vault entrance here alongside manager as well, which we're seeing held up very well by the defenders here. Attackers going to go for the fast play. My guess is going to go fast play for security, going for the vault, going for a very, very fast approach. But equally, we could see some interesting counters with that as well in accounting and vents being used quite often. So I'm curious to see how it's going to play.
Yeah, we got Bank, one of the newest tile set. I'm interested to see what type of strategies both teams are going to use here. Seems like LCG going for a entrance blow for fast lobby control, and it's understandable because the button as well as security into bomb site is there too. But the strange thing about this map is vault has 2 openings, so keep in mind that long range from manager all the way into vault does exist, and that could hold that security push very difficult to be done. But Marvel's actually opening up the vault here. He just cut himself off on the roach. I think he's going to close it again just so he can get out. But yeah, the round is starting, and it looks like the defending team is preparing for this lobby push.
Indeed, they are ready to go for this one. It looks like we see Foom on the bomb hanging out. Defenders, though, are spread out and around the sides here. Dai in a good spot in the hallway. Adaxi and Marbles hanging out in manager and teller, respectively. And Ty playing a bit of a floater spot in accounting, waiting for the strat to be played and seeing what's going to happen here. We see the charge being set up in entrance, and we do see the charge going off. We see some shots early on from Marbles, trying to wallbang through the window teller access here. Kind of playing a bit of a floater spot back and forth, is seeing if they can get it. So far, the attacker is very, very slow, not looking to make any early mistakes. Trying to shoot across, trying to find the access point to get in there. Goes for the shot from Admiral, not going to get the kill. Again, Admiral still rocking the saber. Admiral finally gets the pickup onto Marbles, going for the fast play here. Toxic and Lynn going for the aggressive push. They're going to go for the, I'm guessing the vault door opening. Newt in a good spot to already push into that area there. Newt waiting for the time to strike here. El Pablo in a good spot to counter. Good Molotov, though, is going to force El Pablo in a stuck spot. Cannot move. He is not taking damage, but cannot move a millimeter. Oh, but die from the other side, though. Could be a surprise in bathroom. Lind and Dia battling out. Cannot get the kills just yet. But meanwhile, El Pablo and Newt now going to go for the push in Vault. This is going to be a tough one to watch. And indeed, a battle for the ages. As we see Ty now in a good spot to try and counter it as well. Can he go for it is the question. It's going to be a challenge and a half. Let's see what they can do. So far, no one making any early mistakes just yet. They don't want to die early on. Indeed, it is open, so they have the option to go through if they need to. Dia holding off for dear life as well, playing passive, waiting in the time to strike from bathroom. Here comes the play, here comes the read. Foom and a Daxi takes out Newton Lind. Oh, and Toxic goes down to Foom, and Foom gets a second kill onto El Pablo. Foom, that's actually 3 kills for him as Admiral takes out Dia on the push. It is down to just Dia. Admiral last alive now. Going to opt to escape with just the saber. He's had enough. He's gotten his kills. He's going to ultimately escape with just that saber and allow the round to go to ultimately Danger Doodles to tie it up once again 4-4 after the push and security was unsuccessful.
Yeah, that was I think the LCG was playing it smart. They able to get that pick on Marbles. That was already a good thing. They had the button control. They didn't press it instantly though. If you noticed, they were waiting for people to get in the security. But once they got in security, they were going to flash through on the site. But that Molly came out and stopped that entire push right when that button was pressed, which kind of slowed everything down way too much for the attacking team. And eventually, they decided to put all 5 people into that, or 4 people into that security, and it just, I don't know. But I also noticed that Newt had a nade. He could have used it onto that bar, but he messed up and almost killed El Pablo with the nade while he was stuck in that corner.
Yeah,
I don't. That was
that was very
interesting.
close. Indeed, what a crazy round though to conclude that setup. Now back on to the next map here. It's going to be a surprise for sure. So far, tied up 4-4 though. This could go either way. As much as I want Danger Doodles to win, I could almost see LCG bringing it back in. But at this point, I think we're going to see another overtime game. The way it's going.
Yeah, I mean 4-4 was 3-3, and I can't see why not. It's going to go to 5-5 and then 6-6.
I could definitely call it being the case now. Although Operation Bishop Artemis looks like an interesting big storefront map. A lot of options here for flanking routes as well. This could be a surprise for sure. The deli could be an interesting spot as well to hold for cover, but Shed with at least 2 DDR machines. Pretty good luck for the defenders here on this round.
Yeah, but this is a huge C-store. Probably the largest storefront I've seen so far. The bomb is in a super sectioned off area where Office and Teller can hold it, as well as Freezer. So usually attackers would want to get that top control side as much as possible. So that's why storefront wall charging isn't as viable, because there's just so many angles to cover as well as hold that attackers will probably not be able to do unless they split. But we'll see what LCG has in store for us, as they are considering a wall charge on the left side as well. Oh, they switched it up. They're going to blow arcade. It seems like.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Not a bad call to make for the story for the Shed push into arcade, going for the fast side flank into Delhi as well. They'll have coverage, but could be risky as well, as it could be pretty easily barbed up and blocked.
Seems like
But storage,
Danger
I
Drills are
don't know.
just completely expecting the wall charge here. I don't think they really have a plan. I mean, they do have a warp on green, which is standard, and I don't know. I can't really tell what Danger Doodles are thinking about because not much drawings indicating. But LCG does look like they're planning for this arcade push. One flash ping, and looks like they're going for lights, as they have pointed out. And we'll see how that affects this round. But flares are coming out.
Indeed, let's see how they can keep it light, and if the cards keeping close for Danger Doodles can keep them alive and keep the lead in their favor, maybe even the win. But it's a long ways away from that. Oh, Dia, though, gets the shot at El Pablo as he goes in for the breach. Unfortunately, there, Dia had the button and had the clanker as a defender, so he can just hit it whenever he wants. And ultimately did take out El Pablo on the breach. So nicely done there by Dia. Lots of utility being thrown back and forth. Ultimately, the Molotov going to go a little bit offsides there. But the good Molotov throw in arcade is going to push off that, stop the push dead his tracks there for Newton Toxic. Admiral, though, in a good spot trying to counter it, but it's going to be a tough one for sure. Oh, looks like Lindo gets the kill onto Ty on the other side of storage. That free door access was open. and he just ran through the barbed wire there. Oh, but a Daxi double kill onto Toxic and New, wiping the floor with that push. Admiral, the only one on the outside, trying to go for it, but from behind, Admiral gets the pickup onto a Daxi. Nice shot across there, Lind as well, behind enemy lines here with the KR. Boom looking to counter, but isn't spotted just yet. Lind knows there's a player there. Can he shoot through into Lind is the question. I don't think he has the opening just yet for that one, but he's going to ultimately see for information. Does not spot the player just yet. Lind will now be called up by, looks like, Foom. Marble's in a good spot to rotate as well. Fridge is open to being pushed. Let's see what Lin can do here alongside Admiral. Oh, but Marbles gets the shot across into Lin. Admiral from behind going for the battle against Daya, but Daya will get the kill and secure the Saber for the defenders. That was the final set, though, but the lead goes to Danger Doodles 5-4.
Yeah, man. That was interesting. 4-man push in the arcade didn't really work out because El Pablo got clacked by Daya. Unfortunate. That's why I usually want people to drop their clacker outside when after they breach. So it's not possible for defenders to do that. But yeah, and then the thing that really changed around was a Dax pushing in from Delhi and getting that 2 kills onto arcade, leaving Admiral and Lind by themselves, and Lind trying to push through a barb but unable to. Marbles shoots him on the barb, and then Admiral's by himself, gets flanked by Daya, and rounds over. Losing
Indeed, that was,
Saber as well as Clacker. I think they're 4 screen here actually.
yeah. They
LCG.
don't have.
Or actually, that's not my last. That was the last round of the split, so I was in here.
Yep.
My bad.
No worries. It's a brand new economy, so it means it is all options are on the table here. They're going to go eco, or they're going to go for the aggressive all-in play here. It is one away from match point for the Danger Doodles. They have a good chance of winning this one and taking ultimately the victory. But LCG have a long way to go. But last time we saw this, it was LCG so far in this series. We've seen them down. We've seen them at the match point position, but then it's Danger Doodles coming in for the clutch. So this could be maybe the LCG comeback on defensive. Defenders now on Operation Faragos once again. This could be it, but equally, this could be enough for the win here for these two teams. I think Danger Doodles might be able to take it here. Looks like the strats are going in for are pretty standard, going for the pit play here, going for the side flank, and ultimately locking down the angles here, expecting the plays on beach, but could be surprising to see. Defenders are ultimately expecting the play here, so it could be a good battle back and forth here.
Yeah. Seems like probably going to be. I'm not sure. I think this looks like Danger Doodles. They're on attack now, and LCG back on defense. The final split of the game. Will this be a tie? Will this be a win? But it seems like LCG are just preparing for that pit blow, and it seems like pit blow is really popular with both these teams here. Um, yeah, you get fast castle control, which is where the bomb is, and attackers want to avoid those long angles from jungle side, I suppose, and that could be good for them. But it looks like Danger Duo is going to be focusing a lot more on his beach side than the pit side, it seems. I'm not sure. They haven't placed any breach charge pings, so I'm not sure if they're just going to eagle this or but we'll see. But LCG, they have Admiral on the mop here, watching that beach. Not much pressure on the tunnels, though, onto the kick. But we'll see. Toxic with an auto shotgun. They brought both power weapons on the first round, and I'm not sure how well that's going to work out. But
Yeah, this is
yeah.
very risky, but it looks like it's working out well for Admiral to get the pickup onto Ty from the outside there. That is a long shot away to land it, but does somehow manage to land that shot. Well done there from Admiral. The dick control of the beach now for at least Danger Doodles, but now dying to pick up on El Pablo. Admiral takes another one onto a Daxi. Admiral unstoppable with that mop, wiping the floor and quite literally mopping the floor with the Danger Doodles, but Newt in a good spot in the rock there. Between a rock and a hard place here on the cover. They do go for the button breach to block up the pit access if they do go for it, which indeed they have called the cancel on strats there. It looks like Marble's trying to spray cross, battling against Admiral and Lind here, but Lind in a strong spot here looking for the cross. They do call out Lind's position, but Lind is already rotated to the side a little bit there. Going for the pit cross against Foom. Can Foom get it, though, is the question, but Lind going for the coverage here. Going to go for the pre-fire there. Oh, and Marbles gets the kill to Lind, dropping down, trying to escape. Not going to be able to escape the Marbles just yet. Admiral, though, going for the drop, going for the 1v1. Actually, 3v1 here. We see Daya, Marbles, and Foom all aiming at Admiral's position here as Toxic. Holds on the bomb site still with the auto shotty. Newt as well in a good spot. Danger close here. Battling against Foom, but ultimately Foom will take out Newt on the battle here, but Marbles, nice one tap into Admiral. It's all down to Toxic. Less than a minute remaining. They can go for the button and ultimately go for the breach into Castle, but Toxic has a lot of work to do. But for the battle against Daya, this is very, very risky. Oh, a good flash on Castle. Make that 2-3 flashes in Toxic. Oh my goodness, he's facing a lot of fighter, but ultimately Daya will get the kill onto Toxic, and that's going to be the round to the attackers. And match point for Danger Doodles. Series point as well, 6-4.
I think LCG, all they had to do there was just play safe. Newt peeked. I don't think he had to peek. He didn't need to peek. And then Admiral had to peek because he has the mob. He doesn't want them to get close enough to flash him. And that was just unfortunate. Um, it looked pretty promising for LCG. They got a pick on opening pick on Tide, but then it's just upset after upset, and the team
Mhm.
that gets picked on seems to be winning. But yeah,
Indeed, once you pick up a few, it all kind of goes down in goes like dominoes at that point. Once you get one or two, it comes 3 or 4 and 5, and then it comes the end of the round. But so far, Danger Doodles though are keeping up the heat and definitely bringing it to a close game here. This could be it for the game. At this point, we are neck and neck, and I think LCG, they have a dream, and their dream is to hopefully tie it up to bring it to an overtime. But I don't think we're going to see it. I think this is Danger Doodle's final stand, where they will cement themselves as the winner of this battle here after a 6-6 twice in a row, 6-4 last time. I think on Dreamlands is where we're going to see the final end of LCG of this series here.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's gonna be a tough one for sure. Although loans, I'm surprised they haven't pushed that yet. But I guess it's not actually important because it's not near the button, so it'll just be left on its own. But I'm just curious to see what the strats are going to be for this one.
Yeah, it seems like Danger Doodles is considering an entrance push, and Marbles, the IGL, has written the three onto the entrance, and a split will be coming out.
Ooh.
A double blow for the win.
Oh, okay, they're going all in on this strat here, going for the play here for the win. Indeed, they have one to go. It's a little bit risky, but if they can get it, they'll win it. The only thing is, if they lose this one, the
It's
last game is going to be real tough for them on the push.
no, it's
So,
fine because they ecoed that last round. They won on an
oh,
eco,
true.
which is super interesting because they can make this calculated risk on this round, bringing two charges and still be safe for that next round with one charge.
Okay, so they have some room to
Um,
work, but not a lot. Not as much as they'd probably like if they had. Well, I mean, at this point, they have full utility just like they would the first one. So, yeah, they do have a lot of options available to them. So, yeah, interesting to see how they play this up and who's going to take it. Looks like Foom's still rocking that KR, though, from the last game. Last round, at
I'm
least. Excuse
just
me.
I'm just hoping for LCG. Like, we need some LCG players to step up here and make some awesome plays to bring it back here. Uh, I hope. I'm praying.
It's a long shot for LCG to win this one, but I am indeed an LCG believer as well. I want them to be down to the wire. I want it to come down to the as close a game as possible, but I have to admit, the Doodles like, so far have been on fire. They've won a lot of rounds in a row repeatedly. I think this is going to be the game, but let's see what happens here with LCG and Danger Doodles. Now Danger Doodles on attack, going for the push up on Operation Dreamlands. Once again, 3 on the front. Looks like they're going to send Daya as well, so they're going to actually send 4 to the front. Boom on the backside, going for the flank up through the side here. They go for the breach on entrance. Newt and indeed Toxic are in position. Toxic and El Pablo in and around security. El Pablo on the outside there. Newt also holding off. Good barbed wire here on the flanks on these sides here and here. El Pablo in a good spot though. Can't rotate out of the way safely, but has to go for the push. Marbles go for the fast play. Ty get the kill on El Pablo. Ultimately, Lind going to go in for the push behind the smoke, keeping them safe for now. But Ty's going to go for the aggressive play towards Lind. Can't see through the smoke, but here comes the smoke diffusing, and ultimately it's going to be Ty getting the pick up onto Newt as well. Toxic taking out Ty. At least trading. Good play there from Toxic, but Marvel's in a tough spot here, getting blocked by now the vault door. As the upper side here of Foom and Adaxi going to stack up and go for the play here in Manager. Toxic rotate on the other side, but no, Foom will take out Toxic. It's all down to Lind. Low on health, just a KR and a Molly. Gets the kill onto one of Adaxi. Marvel's going to trace him down, but ultimately Foom with a long shot across secures the win for Danger Doodles. It's 7-4. GG's, well played.
Yep. It's just too much focus on an entrance push for LCG. They're debating whether to be aggressive, and then they just decided to go back to safety. And in that smoke, they just kept getting shot from attackers, and it just kept getting whittled down. El Pablo gets pinched by Marbles, and Newt gets killed by Ty through the smoke, or after the smoke ends, and then Admiral was just singled out by himself. Unfortunate, just I don't know, just bad Molly usage. Um,
Hmm.
yeah,
I,
they tried their
I
best
gotta agree.
though.
They did try their best. I got to admit that one. It was a strong play from both teams. Both teams really playing it for the win, going all the distance. But unfortunately, it was the Danger Doodles ultimately coming out on top over LCG. But LCG did a fantastic job today. They have indeed kind of redeemed themselves after a pretty rough last season last time in the DPL. They have definitely grown a lot. They brought it very, very close to Danger Doodles. Ultimately, it was down to Danger Doodles kind of losing a few rounds in there, but ultimately bringing in for the win to conclude the series. But still, props to LCG, props to Danger Doodles. A fantastic set of games back and forth here. I think that's going to be it for today's game. But yep, that's going to be it for today's game. Any last comments, Ikazo?
Oh, that was fun to watch. Very intense game, very close at times, and I just wish the LCG could have made it.
Yeah, it would
Um,
have been nice, but still not bad by any means. So for me, myself, thanks buddy for watching. I hope you all have enjoyed it. It's been a fantastic one to cast both these games here. It's been fantastic to see. The redemption arc is a dream, and it's a dream that hasn't yet been achieved yet, but it is still possible. Thanks buddy for watching. I've been Shark alongside Ikazo for the second surprise game here. Thanks buddy for watching, and we'll see y'all next weekend.
See ya.